Hello everyone, how are you today? It's such a bit cold here today in Melbourne. I just wait maybe for a few seconds to see if anyone joining. Hello. I wait for a few seconds here because I know someone may join. Because I would like to share with you about my journey of how I can having it all and how 2020 is my year. Hello. And how I can become a coach, yoga teachers, and have everything in my life. So maybe just put some music here for a while. How everyone doing? If you replay it later or you watch it live, would love to say hello to you so I can engage more. It is Monday, right? Everyone can be busy. Okay, I will just start sharing now. Oh, thank you, Ha. Thank you, my mother. She's here with me. Okay, I am so inspired to share my journey here because for the last few days after the workshops, I received several questions of how I can become the person I am today. That's why I keep going live stream quite a lot recently, because I am inspired by all of these questions and I would like to share more and more to you guys. So first, hello Anna, you're here. This live stream is meant for you as well, and also for her, because you would love to have something in your life and how you can have everything. So I would like to share with you my journey of become a coach first, how I start and realize that I would love to become a coach. Actually, can be like 10 years ago when I was in high school. Actually, very little. I always loved to read on personal development books. Like my very first book was all kind of like chicken soup, and it is at that time it was very lame for other people, but I always loved these kind of books. When I was more in secondary school, when I went to the bookstore, I only went to these type of books. I always feel I'm so inspired to read that kind of books, and I feel that okay, there's a lot of beautiful values outside, and it has really strengthened my belief. So at that time, it is all about the soft skills and personal development, and that's how I love reading all these books, self-help books. That's what everyone calls. But also back then, I also feel quite ashamed because people said that all the self-help book is so lame, it's not real, it's not true. I don't know why seems like the only books that I like. And I love to share, even though some of the story may not be real, but for me, it is something I'm really longing for in life, a life with love, with peace and everything. So it start from that. And then when I remember, I think in universities, then in a very small chat with a friends, everyone talk about, okay, what do you want to do next after you graduate or in life? We suddenly talk very long in life, and I just deep down I know that I want to do something for the well-being of everyone else. I just don't know why, but I feel like I don't want to do anything basic. I want something to make everyone feel happy, feel love, feel joyful, and that's what I tell everyone. But at that time, I studied business and economics, and I always have the idea that I could not do business at all. What kind of products I can sell, I could not think of anything. But what I know that I would love to do something that people can feel love, happiness, and joyful. And then I start to build my my passions with volunteer work and community work. I volunteer a lot. Volunteer in environment clubs, in student clubs, in English clubs, in all of like sustainable development topics. So when I start volunteers, I start to know more people, and then I start to build my relationship and my love with NGO, non-profit organizations. I think it is also a very big turn, really big step for me at that time, because I joined one program where people really look deep down inside, and where I start to feel lonely. Because it is when I start to go inward and I see that why I am so isolated to other people. I always feel a lot triggered, feel lonely, and I could not speak up myself. It was, I think, in 2011 when I first had that feeling of like I'm so different to other people. And I start to question a lot about myself. And in that journey, I start to write down a lot about myself, my thoughts, and I know that I need to dig deeper about myself. Later, then I also know more about all other volunteer works, and I know that I start to think that, okay, I need to develop personal development skills and read all of the books. And then there's one time when I joined one student clubs, people always think that I'm so good. People think that I read a lot of books, but at that time, I swear that I did not read much book at all, just self-help books, not any other books. And I was so ashamed to talk about that one. And then I just like pretended that I know everything. But also since that time, I made a decision for myself that I need to read books, and I need to read a lot of books. It is my turning point. I do not feel ashamed anymore, but it is really a turning point for me. I joined some student clubs where they read a lot of books, but then I was like put down in another deep end, because in these group people are so elite. They read so much book about politics, economics, religions, and I feel myself just like the little person there. And then it actually only recently that I realized that some of the impressions of that group really make me always feel that I'm not good enough to be a coach. I'm not good enough to share about books. And then I had a breakthrough. So like I have shared with you guys a lot about how the childhood really like form how we see life. It is like a lifelong journey where I gradually see that how all the event in the past has formed myself. And then yeah, so but what I feel grateful for that is that I learned from that student, from that book clubs a lot, and I know that I still need to go deeper and deeper a lot. So fast forward until last year, I think, when I first start to know my coach, she actually at that time she worked a lot in relationship, and I had a like I broke up like 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago, and I always think that okay, I would love to find the love of my life, and in order to find the love of my life, I need to be a beautiful person first. So 1 year after breakup, I just did everything myself. I learned, I read books, and I feel so happy alone already. Until one point, I know that okay, I need help in the relationship, and I know that I could not do anything better than that. I felt that I already like I'm so happy in everything alone already, but somehow when I interact with other people, I don't know. Especially with men, probably I don't know how to communicate with them. And the fact that when I'm in Melbourne, all the groups that I join here, I don't see anyone fit me. I don't see, so that is why I decided to go dating online, and I feel scared dating online. Don't know anything, don't know what to say. And also I have a feeling of being ashamed of like whether I can date anyone speak like native language or not, whether people like me or not. So really a lot of fear and a lot of resistant in that. And when I saw my coach, I follow her, I think for 6 months, only 6 months, I was very silent in her group too. Uh, that also, but I watched all of her live stream. I must say, I watched all of her live stream, her sharing, did not like at all, did not comment at all, but I feel resonated with all of her sharing until one point that I decided that, okay, I want to have a breakthrough in relationship, the only area in my life that I haven't had a breakthrough at that time. So I joined her, and before I joined her, I actually also see that I have a capacity to become a coach, and I also want to become a coach as well. I always see that every time I talk with other people, I have something in myself that I can share with others people, and I can teach them. So when I saw many people around me become a coach, that's when I started to note down in my vision board that I also want to become a coach. Oh, I think I just show you guys my vision board. Very private, but it's very good. So my vision board, something like this. I'm not too sure if you guys can see it good or not, but it is, yeah. So where is the life coach? Life coach is there. Life coach is there. I put that down last year, September 20, last year, December 2019, that I would like to become a coach because I can see that is my value. But back then I thought that, okay, I would love to become a yoga teacher as well. So I would do the yoga teacher first. And then you know what? When I start to become a yoga teacher and then also start to do survey with a lot of people. At first, when I launched my program, my surveys actually include 20 minutes yoga yoga teaching and 20 minutes counseling. I actually working as a social worker, and my dream is to become a counselor in a mental health area. And in order to become a counselor in the mental health sector, I need to work full-time 2 years in Australia. And that means it would take, and I work part-time, so it would take me for about 5 years if I want to become a counselor. And when I work with my coach, she said that, okay, if there's anything else that you can do quicker. But I said, oh no, I still want to become a counselor. She said that, okay, I could be a coach too, but you know, at that time, I couldn't see myself become a coach that quick, even though I put in the vision board that I would like to become a coach. And I can see that I can help, but I don't know, I really resisted that thought that I can become a coach straight away, immediately. And I'm so scared to like reach to show up as well. So my first launch out I do is like teaching yoga and counseling. Because I can see that these two, when they combine together, is so good. I don't want just to teach yoga at all. I want to combine the healing message. I want to share the advice to them. That's how I would like. That's how I would like to share the message of my body and soul connection together. It's not just about the movement, but it's also about the mindset. But then after I done, I think about nearly 30 women on the survey, everyone loved that. Absolutely everyone. It really like strengthened my belief that I could do something else for other people too. I was surprised about how I could help them and how they like have some breakthrough just one in that very 20 minutes session of coaching. At that time I call it like counseling. So that's when I decided that, okay, if the world needs me to become a coach first, then I would become a coach. Because people tend to feel very resistant to yoga at that time. They love it, but they don't see that they need to invest in yoga or learning yoga, especially one-on-one or small group, even though they don't know much about all the like posture, but they think that, okay, no, I don't want to invest in that. So that's how my design, that's how I listen to my core and my design and the demand outside, that people need a coach, but not a yoga teacher at the moment. So that's when I decided to launch my program as a coach. I must confess with you that it is very scary. It is very scary at first to show up to the world just for the first launching for the free survey. It took me, I think, 2 weeks to really post on the group that, okay, I would like to ask some people so I can have a trial with them, just a free survey and research. And during that 2 weeks, I observed myself every time, like my breath was so short, because I clearly can see that I came out of my comfort zone so big. My dream is so big, you know. I think that I would like to become a coach 2 or 3 years later, but now it was there at that moment. So it was so big. I saw myself shaking there. It took me 2 weeks to really deal with that one. And after I deal with that one, then I post it out. And after I work with 30 people, I see that I was so grateful that I was able to show up myself there to help them and see that I am able to help them. So it's good. It is already really good. Okay, free session. Everyone join. Everyone love free sessions, right? Then it comes to another point that, okay, so how I can charge everyone. I always have the tendency, the limiting belief before, that I could not do business. I don't think that I can do business at all, even though I study business. But I feel like, okay, how can I make the price? I love volunteer more. I love community work more. And if I work as someone who shares the value to help others, I shouldn't charge the money, or I just should charge very little. Um, I, I am scared that people won't judge me and will say that, how come you help people and then you charge so much money? So that was my reluctance first when I first launched out and charged money. Even though I know all of the things I share with everyone will be a transformative things for them, but I'm still scared about money, charging them money. But then I still, okay, there's another fear that come up. So I told you before, right? Fear always comes up. It is just like how we know to deal with fear, and then we go overcome it and share it. So how I can see it is that I don't want to regret to live my life. I don't want anything that I regret at the end of my life at all. And that's how I promised myself 2020 will be the year that I will break through all of the things that I have put on myself. And of course, with the help of my coach, I can see there's a lot of limiting belief I have before, that I could not become a coach, that I could not earn money. So I have a breakthrough a lot. And I told you that shift is just in 1 second. And then you need to practice that one to really see it. After the workshops, many people share with me that, okay, there's a lot of inspiring story out there, but they don't know how to apply it. Of course, I know it is very difficult. And because everyone has different story, these techniques can work for these people, but may not work for you. And then you also need to see what is the core issue for you, then you work from it. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a teacher, someone to show you. Before, I also read a lot of books, all of the concepts that my coach told me. I think I have read somewhere else already. I have watched TV, learn a lot of course, but somehow I did not get it myself too. Many of my clients the same. They told me that even like just 1 hour with me in that 5 weeks of transformation, it is more than all of the books that I have read so far. And some of them also told me that just 5 weeks, but it's just like 5 years for them because they have grown so quick. For me, the same. In the last 9 months, I also have grown so quick. I thought that I need to do it in 5 years, but my coach also helped me just to know that I can do it in a much quicker way and I can have it all. Having it all is something that I start to really embrace it. And every time I reach to my limit, I ask myself whether it's my limit yet or not. And then I can see that, okay, it's not my limit yet. And then what else I can shift? I ask myself that can be a time management. Can be I need to have fun and relax. Time management and relax, it seems to be simple, but if you don't know how to balance and do it right, sometimes it doesn't work. Before I told everyone, and I even told to my coach that I'm so good at time management. No one can be better than myself. my boss before also told me that like they see myself as like number one person in time management. But when I work with my coach, I realized that, oh, I can do better. I can do much, much better, because before I also tend to do like control things and want to do it so quick and just so attached to the outcome. And that's how I cannot relax. And that's how I tend to be very, very exhausted after I try so hard. But then after, like, for the last 9 months, I can see that I can work so much more and still enjoy life so much. I work 6 days. I work 6 days per week at the moment, but I don't see that I work like 6 days per week, because in that I incorporate a lot of fun there. And every time I work with my clients, I feel like just like chatting with them as a friend. And I can also wake up so early. Before, if anyone asked me like to wake up at 5 or at 4, I said that no way I could sacrifice my dream, my sleep. But then when I see my desire to become a coach, desire to help other people, desire to really feel fresh, then somehow my body just wake up like at 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's how I show up, and that's how I am surprised on how our body actually can work for us if we know how to listen to our body, our mind, our soul. So the journey of myself to become a coach, I must say it is my journey to look deep down inside myself first. I explore a lot about my values, about my worth, my confidence. Then I see in that journey I can share with others people. So if someone said that, okay, I want to become a coach because I would like to earn money, so it's not about that one. Because I would like to help others, yes, but the number one thing for me is I would like to see my potential first, my value, my self-worth, everything first. And in that journey, I'm so lucky that I have my clients to come with me, because every of my clients is just a reflection of myself, always like that. Everyone around us is a reflection of us, and I know that I attract those that I need to learn some lesson from them. So I also always really appreciate whoever come to me, because I know that they also learn from me, but I also learn a lot from them. That is how I start to shift my mindset about coaching too. Before, I also have very bad impression with the coach, because I see that they tend to raise a lot of money. I must say, but now I can see that it is not about the money. It is just about how they see the value inside themselves. It is about the energy that they see that, okay, it's always about the exchange. When you give something, you need to receive back. If you do not receive back enough, you don't have enough strength, love, and light to continue to share more to others people. So anything that you give back, you need to receive. Anytime you feel exhausted because you are overgiving, because you are controlling, so check in with yourself whether you receive enough back. Maybe it's not like directly received from that person, that client, but just a love from everyone outside. Allow yourself to receive. That's how you can feel so relaxed and you can start to give out more. It's always a flow. You need to take in and share out. So so it's that my journey to become a coach, and I can see that journey is so beautiful. I learned a lot about myself, my values, and another thing is about abundance as well, that you are able to do everything. I'm still, when I come to my coach, firstly it's about relationship, but then I actually now working a lot in my business and coaching as well. I'm still dating because I still believe that I can have it all, but I know that this is not something I'm too attached right now. It can come at the right time. And I can see I have a lot of breakthrough at the moment about men, about relationship, about families, about business, and abundance mindset, about money. Money before for me is that also I'm scared to raise the rate. I will ask myself who I am to charge that much money. Who I am, like have just launched a coaching business in a few months and already raised rate 3 times. Who I am to do that one. That's what I had that thought before, but then I clearly work on myself and I see that it is not about the money. If I could not receive much enough, I could not have my existing client at all. I need to be at the best energy to help my clients, and that means I need to up level myself, up level in receiving back and allow myself to receive what I deserve. So when I start to own my values, that's how I start to raise my rate, and that's how I see that I can help other people much better. So it's not, then I also shift the mindset about money. It is like before, when we have money, it was created just for you to exchange something. Before you just exchange a chicken with a sheep without any money, but now you have money, so it just help you easier. So it is just about the value, how you see yourself, how much value you can give to other people. And then when I start to raise my self-worth and my self-value, I can see that my value, I need to receive back more. So I encourage you guys to start to know that if you are like a teacher or you are doing any service, start to see what is your value, and knowing that there's always a client out there waiting for you to serve them. Start with that. You need to own your value first. Don't really self-doubt. You have the specific skills just for that clients, and there's a lot of money out there. There's one thing I need to let you know, that there's a lot of money out there. I had that breakthrough because I can see a lot of my friends working in the financial sectors and they earn a lot, and I question myself, what kind of values that they bring to the world? How come they can earn so much money? How come they can live a very abundant life like that? And I ask myself whether it's because that I did not do good enough, that I could not earn that much money. But I can see that no, it's not. I help a lot of people. Mental health and well-being is something so big for others people. So why could I not be able to earn that much? So when I have that reflection, I clearly see that it is actually only myself lowering my values. It's only myself do not allow myself to charge. Then when I start to own my values, I start to see that, oh, okay, I also have my value, just like my friends working in financial sector, in business sectors. Everyone have their own values, and you can contribute to other people as well. So knowing that there's a lot of money out there, no lack for you. It's just like ocean, just like water. You keep taking it, it's still there. It's always there, and you know how you spend the money. If I have the money, I spend for charity, I spend for my learning course, for my coaching, for all of that good things. So I think that it's just a flow, give in and give out. Um, and you know what? Whatever investment you will do, it will come back to me. Why I spend so much money on coaching for myself? Because I know that I grow a lot from that. So that is my journey of how I can become very successful coach just after very few months of launching. And this is also how I start to see that if you shift the mindset of knowing that you can have it all, then you can start to have everything. And the abundance mindset is also one thing start um, to help you to shift the mindset that you can earn whatever you want, whatever you love. So I hope that it inspires yourself to know that don't scare being judged. Just own your values and know that you're able to have it all. If you have any further questions, just put down there. I'm happy to share more with you guys. And looking forward to see you all sometime. Bye.